In the bustling streets of New York City, Dr. Emily Johnson, a renowned psychologist, dedicated her career to understanding the complexities of human decision-making. One afternoon, she sat in her office, reflecting on a breakthrough discovery she had made in 2022. She found that humans often make decisions based on emotional biases rather than logical reasoning. Dr. Johnson realized that people are heavily influenced by their past experiences, feelings of fear, or even the opinions of others. In a famous experiment, she had shown participants a list of 10 potential job offers. Surprisingly, the participants chose the job that gave them the most immediate reward, even though it wasn't the best long-term choice. Dr. Johnson explained that this behavior is linked to the brain's reward system, which prioritizes instant gratification. The psychology of decision-making. Why we make choices the way we do. In a quiet cafe in Chicago, Michael Roberts, a behavioral economist, was engrossed in a conversation with his colleague about the intriguing nature of decision-making. In 2021, Michael published a research paper that shifted the understanding of how people make choices. The study revealed that the average person doesn't always act in their best interest, but is influenced by external factors like peer pressure, advertising, and social norms. Michael's findings showed that over 70% of participants in a simulated decision-making game chose the option that aligned with what others were doing, even when it wasn't the most beneficial. This phenomenon, known as herd behavior, suggests that humans tend to follow the crowd, especially when uncertain about the outcome. The research emphasized that individuals often overlook the consequences of their decisions, focusing more on immediate rewards than long-term outcomes. By understanding these psychological influences, people can become more mindful of their choices and improve their decision-making processes. The power of emotion in decision-making. Emotions significantly influence our decisions, often more than we realize. For instance, excitement might lead us to make impulsive purchases, while fear could make us avoid important risks. Emotional responses like happiness and anxiety can cloud our judgment, making us prioritize short-term rewards over long-term benefits. Being aware of these emotional influences helps us make more rational decisions. By pausing to assess how we're feeling, we can make choices that are more aligned with our true goals, rather than being driven by temporary emotional states. The role of experience and memory. Our past experiences and memories play a crucial role in shaping the decisions we make. When faced with a new choice, we often rely on our previous encounters to guide us, even if those experiences aren't fully relevant to the current situation. For example, if someone had a bad experience with a specific brand of car, they might avoid that brand in the future, even if newer models have improved. Similarly, a positive memory of a particular vacation spot might make us choose it again, even though there are potentially better options. While these experiences can help us make quicker decisions, they can also create biases. We might subconsciously make choices based on old memories rather than considering all the facts at hand. Being aware of this tendency can help us make decisions that are more grounded in the present, rather than being overly influenced by past experiences. Instant gratification versus delayed rewards. Instant gratification is a powerful force. It's the desire to get something right now, even if it means sacrificing something better later. This impulse is especially evident in decisions like choosing unhealthy food over a nutritious meal, or buying something you don't need just because it feels good in the moment. The brain's reward system is designed to seek immediate pleasure, but this can sometimes lead us to make short-term choices that aren't in our best long-term interest. For example, while indulging in a sugary snack feels great in the moment, it may contribute to health problems down the line. On the other hand, delayed rewards require patience and self-control. Choosing the healthier option or saving money instead of spending it impulsively often leads to better outcomes in the long run. Understanding this internal battle between instant gratification and delayed rewards can help us make smarter, more thoughtful decisions. The influence of social factors. Our decisions are often shaped by the people around us, sometimes more than we realize. Social factors like peer pressure, trends, or cultural norms can have a significant impact on how we make choices. For instance, Consider how many people buy the latest gadgets, not necessarily because they need them, but because everyone else has them. This is known as herd behavior. We tend to follow the crowd, especially when we feel uncertain about our own choices. Social media amplifies this by showcasing curated images of success and lifestyle, influencing our decisions subconsciously. Even in more serious decisions, like career choices or relationships, societal expectations can guide our actions. For example, many people pursue careers that are deemed prestigious by others, rather than what they are truly passionate about. Recognizing these social influences can help us pause and ask, am I making this decision for myself or because of others? This awareness is the first step toward more independent, authentic decision-making. Cognitive biases and decision-making. Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts that help us make decisions quickly, but can often lead to flawed judgment. One common bias is confirmation bias, where we tend to seek out information that supports what we already believe, ignoring evidence that contradicts our views. This bias can affect everything from political opinions to consumer choices. Another example is anchoring, where our decisions are influenced by the first piece of information we encounter. For instance, if the first price you see for a product is $500, you may perceive a $300 price as a good deal, even if it's still expensive. These biases shape the way we perceive situations and make choices, often without us realizing it. By being aware of these biases, we can take steps to make more objective, thoughtful decisions, rather than relying on automatic mental shortcuts that might lead us astray. The role of experience and memory. Our past experiences and memories play a crucial role in shaping the decisions we make. When faced with a new choice, we often rely on our previous encounters to guide us, even if those experiences aren't fully relevant to the current situation. For example, if someone had a bad experience with a specific brand of car, they might avoid that brand in the future, even if newer models have improved. Similarly, a positive memory of a particular vacation spot might make us choose it again, even though there are potentially better options. While these experiences can help us make quicker decisions, they can also create biases. We might subconsciously make choices based on old memories, rather than considering all the facts at hand. Being aware of this tendency can help us make decisions that are more grounded in the present, rather than being overly influenced by past experiences. How decision fatigue affects us. Decision fatigue is the mental exhaustion that comes from making too many choices throughout the day. The more decisions we make, the more our brain becomes overwhelmed, leading us to make poor choices or avoid decisions altogether. For example, after a long day of work, you might find yourself opting for the easiest dinner option, like takeout, instead of cooking a healthier meal. This happens because your brain has been making decisions all day, and it's looking for ways to conserve energy. Decision fatigue can also make us less confident in our choices, leading to procrastination or choosing the path of least resistance. By simplifying decisions or taking breaks throughout the day, we can avoid mental overload and make better, more thoughtful choices. Understanding the psychology behind decision-making can help us make more informed and thoughtful choices. Emotions, social pressures, biases, and past experiences all shape the way we decide, often without us realizing it. By being aware of these influences and taking the time to pause and reflect, we can make decisions that better align with our long-term goals and values.